Four runners enter the stalls here at the Ebor Festival. I think James Brennan is a not-so-secret Swiftie. Right, Leovanni goes in. We're left with one out the back. It's the Sky Bet Lowther Stakes. $250,000 here for this Group 2 for two-year-old fillies. Here's Mike.
Thank you, Nick. All set here then for the Sky Bet Lowther Stakes. Away they go. 6 furlongs ahead of them for this very smart-looking field here. And it's the early pace coming from Celandine down the centre in the dark blue colours. Heaven's Gate flanking her. Taking a bit of a grip in the grey jacket, Unspoken Love. On the right we can see Tales of the Heart in the pink and green, who's right up there with the pace as well. Miss Lamine near side, Heaven's Gate behind. Covered up there, Leovanni in the red cap. Also Time for Sandals ridden patiently, as indeed is Betty Clover, the grey filly. Perfect part in the brown jacket, a little bit outpaced as the runners come down towards the halfway point of the contest. Celandine and Tom Marquand. From on the near side, Miss Lamine and Clifford Lee. On the outside there, Tales of the Heart, Ross Orion now shaken up. Heaven's Gate is coming into it. On the left then, here comes Leovanni under James Doyle, as now looks a big threat. This is a really open looking Lowther Stakes. Inside the final furlong they come. Heaven's Gate challenging Celandine for the lead with Leovanni on the near side. Celandine digging deep. Behind them, Time for Sandals is running on. Celandine then in really irresistible form with a challenge from Time for Sandals, and Celandine held on and made all the way to win the Lowther. Time for Sandals second. Back in third place then was Leovanni.
Celandine has won the Sky Bet Lowther Stakes in the colours of Rockcliffe Stud. For Ed Walker and Tom Marquand, back to a fast 6 today. She's made just about all, and she's held on grimly from the fast finishing Time for Sandals. Big run from her. Leovanni credit in third, and Heaven's Gate was fourth with fifth, right on their heels. An excellent run from Perfect Part. But Celandine has got pace, she's got class, she's by Kingman, she's well bred, and she's put it all together today under the same conditions she faced when winning the Empress Stakes at Newmarket. And Tom Marquand has given her a pretty no-nonsense ride. Just confirmation from the judge, and he confirms Celandine the winner. In the old Sky Lantern colours, she goes in.
And it was a tough Estique performance. Chris, you quite rightly said beforehand you felt she was overpriced. With a furlong to run, she was going to have to dig in. She isn't big and robust, but she's got a big heart.
She has, and that attitude is part and parcel of what's won of this, because there wasn't any hanging about early on in the race, and she has had to dig in as she's beginning to slow down late on, and she was very nearly caught by one that was ridden a bit colder and played a little bit later, but love her head carriage late on. Bit of a boost for the likes of Big Mojo later on in the week in the Gym Crack, of course. She was in behind him last time out at Goodwood, but it's that hidden class drop, isn't it? Taking on the colts that are bigger, more robust, powerful horses at this stage, and she's been in against them and running well, and she's back against her own sex today.
Stall 4 beats stall 5 here. You can see why, when she won at Newmarket, Tom Marquand was saying to Ed Walker, do you know, I'd rather bring her back to 5, even though she's by Kingman, but 5 against colts, she's just half taken off her feet. Here, she can just dominate.
And you're downhill, aren't you? I mean, she had the pace to lay up and sit handy
and maintain
Goodwood,
it.
but she just couldn't quite go on with them at the end of the race, whereas you've seen her at 6 furlongs today on a flat track in her comfort zone for longer. She's got that little bit more left.
She does indeed. She was up there with Tales of the Heart. The one that missed the kick was Perfect Part. Yeah, she's come home to great effect for Conor Beasley. It looked like Ryan hit the perfect pitch on Heaven's Gate, albeit she didn't travel quite as well as she has done earlier in the season. Leovanni, no excuses, stand side. She made her challenge to eventually run on into third, but she was there to be picked off, and I thought she was vulnerable with a furlong to run, but she really had to see it out. And Tom Marquand obviously strong as ever in the saddle, but this really had to be game, and it proved by Ed Walker to be a match made in heaven, bringing her to York.
Leovanni just lost her pitch a little bit halfway, didn't she?
Yeah,
Got to the back.
she actually ran pretty well, hasn't she?
She did run pretty well. Whether you want to be towards this side, which is where she's ended up, I'm not sure. Thought they might have edged the other way rather than this way, but there is a crosswind sort of edging them that way in a sense, so maybe that's part and parcel of it. I thought that once again Heaven's Gate looked like one that would be better back up in distance a little bit. I don't think she was fully comfortable with the tempo over a fast 6 here, but it's not like she's run a bad race in defeat. I just think that a little bit like Celandine last time out, she's kind of okay laying up, but she'd be in her comfort zone for longer if she went up a furlong, I think.